It's drawing time again with Creative Remedies. And this week we're going to look at drawing a crocodile. The reason being, one, we've got lots of teeth, lots of sharp teeth, where I've managed to smash my teeth together during a very, very sort of realistic dream, and managed to lose quite a few fillings and cracked a wisdom teeth. So I think it just came, because it happened, so not last night, the night before, this crocodile's came on my mind today. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put some sort of light-hearted twist on the fact that I've had an awful accident, and I'm going to spend a lot of time in the dentist for quite a long time. So here we go. I've got some images. I've printed off one, and it's in its sort of like dirty waters where they hang around there, and I've got the head of a full one. I always get confused with crocodiles and alligators. They look so similar. Crocodiles are a lot bigger, I think. And I printed off an eye as well, so we can see the eye in depth, and then just sort of the face of a real one. It looks like it's in a zoo, that one. So images do help, books, things like that. And you'll need your pencils, your eraser. I've got my 2H's always, a couple of shaded pencils as well. Okay, if you've not got a couple of shaded pencils, a HB is fine, just need to apply more pressure. So where do we start? I'm going to do the one that's in the water, I think. So here we go. I'm going to look at the shapes of it. So I'm just going to put this in front. I know this is not in the water, but we're going to use that as if we just sort of like do that with it. Let's see, I'm sort of submerging. So you can imagine that there in the water line. So I'm going to draw myself a line just so I know more or less I've got him floating in the right direction. Now look at the shapes. So we've got a really, really large eye area there. You can see how it goes up, high there. And I've got like a ski slope, and then up there. So you're skiing off. Okay, so you can see this round area. So just take some time to look at how this moves. See this, quite straight. So you put your line in first of all, and then you put these curves in there. Make it a lot easier. So I'm going to start, if we look here, okay, it's about halfway, the eye there, it's about halfway of each side of the head. Look at how high we go up. So if you put the tip of where you want the arch to the mounting part of the shape to be, then put your circle in there. Now I know you can't see all the circle, but if you draw that in, it will help you in other parts of the eye. So I'm just putting a few shapes in just to give me, because the actual outside of the eye has obviously got contours and shapes in there. So I'm just going to put a few of these in just to, so I know get everything in the right place. And just raise that a little bit more. So now I'm going to use the this image then to draw the ski slope that I was talking about. And again, if you look at the distance, so you've got to say 1 eye, 2 eye, it's more or less about 2.5 to 3 eyes long. So then you look at your eye again, and then think, right, going to put a ski slope on there, 1.5 eyes, and then we're going to bring it back up. And again, all I'm doing, this is very, very Gradually, we know we always put the marks in first. I'm going to put my long line across. Now, if you again look at the mouth goes beyond, well beyond the eye. So I'm going to take that straight line right across there. And then a bit down here. And we'll look at it'll look a bit strange for now. You always do when you first start off. So straight away, where I position this is I've positioned it too high, as you can see, away from where my crocodile is going to be submerged into the water. So what we do then, we will alter this once we've got these shapes a little bit sort of more how I want them. Right, so I'm going to change that line now. Let's put it here. So an imaginary line for now. I'll get rid of that one. So what I want you to do now, do what I've done. I'm going to give you a few minutes just to work. Remember, the underpinning skills of this, making sure we've got these features in the right place, make sure we've got the right length to everything is really important. So I'm going to play around with this now so I know everything's in the right place. And I'll see you back here in about 10-15 minutes. Now what I've just done is something really silly, is I press photo and not video. So what I've just been working on, it's not there. So I'm going to backtrack rather than rub out and then start again, because I'm going to end up with the right pickle. I'm going to run through what I just did. So I highlighted and emphasised the areas that we wanted to keep. I have worked on the eye area, emphasising again, just so the contours of the eye, the circle, the areas around the eye that protect the eye. Darkened the pupil, and around here we scrumbled to give that marbling effect. I added some scales, some sort of nodules here, just by, I'll go over them so you can see them. They're quite sort of in a row, they're not like overlapping like you get tiles on a roof. So I'll put those in, and they're behind the head part. The head part's a lot flatter than the actual body part. So the bit that I need to show you how to do is where we did the mouth. So I'm just going to, if I turn over, I'm just going to use a piece of paper here just to demonstrate. So you can see the mouth area there now is sort of nice and curved. So if we think that the mouth was like that shape, okay, it was just like a line, wasn't it? And how you do it is you just put where you want to go up and down. So say I put a line in there, a line in there. So you'd go up and then you go down. And you just, that's just literally how the mouths appear. Okay? So you put that line in there, and that's what gives this shape. So then what I did is I put the teeth in. And the teeth are not the same size. They're small and they're large and they're random. And because the lower part of the jaw, the mouth part, is submerged, you don't need that underset of teeth. Okay, and then we need to think about the tones. We have some breathing type, sort of the gill area of this of the crocodile around here. So I'm just going to mark those for now. A bit more around the eye area. You get some a bit of nodules on this upper area. Not where the creases are, because the creases fold over to protect the eye. I don't know if you caught this or not, I probably didn't. I was chatting around about the crocodile and how most indestructible they are. They live in swamps in filthy conditions, and they just don't seem to get poorly. The DNA is remarkable, and they've been here since prehistoric times. So once you've got that curve in, then I darkened it down. I wouldn't use a B pencil for this, just because it's quite a fine line that you want. Apply some pressure. Emphasise. Remember, when you're bringing control to the drawing, you bring that pencil, you bring your fingers to the tip. Well, these parts are emphasised now. And then you need to think about where the light part is going to go. So if I just show you, let's see one. You can tell on this one. If you just look at this picture here, see the undercarriage of this jaw is paler and it's smooth, and you've got this sort of area here, just around the underneath the upper jaw, and you can see there it's pale. Okay, see how it's quite flat, the areas, but you can see these different textures and tones, and that's our next part now. So I'm just going to put the line to give me some guidelines of where my shading is going to go. And then you're going to work on shading the upper area. I'm use a blending stick. I'm working on this in a little bit more detail. Okay, see you back here about 15, 20 minutes. So I started working on the nodules on the skin of the crocodile. You can see in this area here, on the top part here of the nose. All I'm doing now is I'm just going to apply pressure and release, just creating some interesting shapes amongst its face. Go around the eye there, a bit more. Different pencil, a bit scratchy that one. Try this one. It's a bit smoother. I'm just applying some, like I said, some tones, making it look a little bit more realistic. And don't overthink it. Remember, this bit is quite the fleshy part. It's still got some colour. Them nodules aren't there when you get to this lower part. So there, we're putting the nodules in. Nothing like this part though, because look there, these are much more defined. We're going to start working on these a little bit. So yeah, these are much more defined. You get some pale ones in these as well. They are different tones to them, don't they? Just want to get the angle of our, don't want it to appear too jerky. A bit better. Quite snake-like, aren't they? That's all I'm going to do now. I'm going to carry on working on this. So remember the smooth part, the scrumbling, bringing in them ridges, different tones. This is going to be a really pale part. And again, underneath quite pale as well. So we want to maybe a blending. I'll probably use a blending with a bit of lead on that. Okay, so I'm going to finish this off. I'm just going to work on the water. I've just got a few reeds, I think. So the last part, just going to shade under this area a little bit. Trying to obviously not touch on the teeth, because them teeth, I've not got anything tiny enough to erase in between those, especially those tiny teeth. I'm just taking my time. The blending stick, or if you've got a cotton bud, just to bring some bit of tone to that underneath jaw part. And then have a look at him. Naturally a boy, I don't know why. Just looks like a boy. Okay, it's not too bad. And this isn't a difficult to draw. You can spend a lot more time on this if you choose to refine it. Now I'm just going to do some quick water. So I've got a 6B there. I'm going to turn my page onto its side, and I'm just going to bring in some tones. Just going to bring it right across for now. Because this crocodile would naturally bring some shadow onto the water. I'm just going to emphasise that part first of all. You can do this quite quick. Fingers to the end of the pencil again. And you can be more free with it. And this is where I'm just going to bring in some movement of what's going on under the water a little bit. Have a look. Okay there. And then I think if we just put 2H, maybe a couple of reeds. out of the water there. And then to give it some sort of proportion, you could even I'm just thinking how I can do this quite simply now. Just wanted to put some sort of smaller reeds in the background. Sorry, I've gone really quiet. I was getting sort of really into the drawing there, forgetting where I was. So all I'm doing there is, I'm using the scale of the reeds to show how big the swamp is. And give some emphasis on how large. Oh God, there's pencil all over the white tables off my hand. Just shade this part in now. Obviously something like this you could spend an awful long time on. My first ever crocodile, by the way. So I'm just going to get rid of this line that I no longer need. Like I said, we're going to work on this a lot longer. But I think he's coming to a stage where he's definitely looking rather finished. I've enjoyed doing this little fella. I can't call him a little fella, can I? He's huge. Okay, then. Hope you've enjoyed it. See you again. Bye now.